Namaste everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Myself Melissa. Hope you all are doing good in this Corona period. Stay home, stay safe. In this video, we will see how can we design isolated footing in CSI Safe 2016. In the previous video, I have shown you how can we find the dimension of our footing, that is length, breadth, and thickness using the axial load acting on it and the safe bearing capacity. And in this video we will start the designing the same footing in SAFE 2016. So let's start. But before that, if you are new or if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for more videos. You can find other ETABS videos in the CSI detailing on my channel, and if you are interested in dance, then you can visit my channel too for dance covers. Okay, so let's start now. We shall start by creating a new model. Go to file, create a new model. Here you can see in design code, we will select our preference, that is IS 456. We are doing according to IS 456 code. And design preferences, in this the code should be IS 456 2000 because we are doing as per our IS code. And the minimum cover for slabs, so the minimum cover for footing slab we will give the 50 mm because we cannot use less than that, it will be failure there. And the preferred bar size, okay, so I will prefer a bar size of 12 mm and 12 mm. Okay, now in project information, give the information of the project. Suppose in client name I am giving my name only. Okay, and in the project name, suppose I give footing design, and the project number, company name, engineer checker, and provide everything. Okay, and in the units you can change here. So you can see here US defaults. If you want to work in foot inch, you can use US defaults, and in metric defaults means that meter, kilometer, Celsius, and in consistent units you can change the unit that you need from here. Okay, so here we will go with metric defaults unit. Okay, that is everything. You can see here which unit will be used for which parameter. Okay, and initial model, you can select the initial model that you want. Suppose if you are doing for single footing, you can use this also, or if you are doing for combined footing, you can use for this combined footing model here. Okay, these are the quick templates. We will go with grid only. So at the initial, let it be the same as it is. We do not have to work. Okay, so now after defining the grid, we will go with define material first, and then we will define our sections. So in define material, go to define. Here you can see the materials. In materials we will be using add new material here. Okay, so I will be defining my concrete first, M25 grade, and here in the material type, select concrete. Okay, now as we know, the weight per unit volume of concrete is 25 km per cubic meter, and the modulus of elasticity is 4700 root FCK. FCK means this 25. First let me give the value for FCK. Here FCK is 25, that is a specified concrete compressive strength is 25 meter per square millimeter. And here in the modulus of elasticity, if you see in ETABS, the modulus of elasticity is given by 5000 root FCK, but if you go with our code, it is 4700 root FCK. So you can do anything. So we shall be using here 5000 root FCK, that is 5000 into root FCK means 25 to the power 0.5. Okay, so you can see the value is 25,000 here. Positions ratio, design positions ratio is 0.2. okay, and the coefficient of thermal expansion and shear modulus keep as it is, and the specified strength is 25 for M25, and for M30 you can give 30, M20 you can give 20 here. Okay, And now we will add another material for our rebar. So I will give the name Fe500 here, and here is the rebar. Okay, now the weight per unit volume. For weight per unit volume, keep as it is, because this is the same value that we have in our ETABS, and we are uh, combining our ETABS and SAFE together to design our structures. And modulus of elasticity is 2 into 10 raised to 5, that is 2 lakh. And here minimum yield stress Fy and the minimum tensile stress Fu. For any grade of steel like Fe415, Fe500, Fe550, the minimum yield stress will be the subscript here. Like for Fe500, the minimum yield stress will be 500 Newton per mm square, and the minimum tensile stress for Fe415 it is 485, Fe500 it is 545. If you do not find these values, then simply go to ETABS, and in define you can go to define materials, and you can see here I have already defined these two materials. This is HYESD 415, that is Fe450. If you show the material properties here and go to this property design data, you can see here the minimum yield strength is 415 and the minimum tensile strength is 485, as defined by ETABS also, as per our IS code. Okay, and if you see the HYSD 500 and go to its property design data, you can see the minimum yield stress is 500 and the minimum tensile strength is 545. Okay, and the expected value are given here, but we require only minimum value, so we will be giving the yield strength be 500 and the minimum tensile strength be 545. Okay, let's go to safe again, and here you can provide the value of 500 for the yield stress and 545 for minimum tensile stress. Okay, so in this way you have defined your concrete and your rebar to be used in your footing slab. Okay, now we will define our slabs. So here we will define two slabs. Let me show you. Add new property, and slab 1. Slab 1 means this is footing slab, say. Okay, footing slab, and slab material is M25 here, and the type we will give it is footing. You can change the different types here as per your requirement. So we require here footing type. Okay, and the thickness, as we calculated in our previous video, you can find there the thickness is 445 millimeter, and just take this thick plate. Okay, and we will add one more slab for the column. So we are not providing column here, we will just be giving a slab of the same thickness that will be stiff to provide the column loads there. Okay, so column slab and same property. Okay, and it will be the type stiff, and let us provide the same thickness. And okay, so what we have done here, we have defined our materials and we have defined our slab, and now we will draw our slab, that is we will model our slab. So for modeling it, here you can see quick draw areas around point. Okay, so let us click this, and here you can see a quick dialog box is appeared, and shape of object rectangular slab, type of object is slab, and the property is we will first be drawing footing slab. Okay, and the dimension that we calculated in earlier in the previous video, you can find there. So the dimension of our slab that we need to model is 3.2 meter by 3.2 meter. Okay, so x is 3.2 and y is also 3.2, and just go to any point where you want your footing to be modeled and click that point, and the footing will be created automatically. So this method, here you can see the different methods of drawing slab. Yes, but this method is quick and easy. And again we will draw our column slab. Okay, so for this select the column slab from your property, and here in x dimension provide the dimension of your column here. So my column is 400 mm by 400 mm, so I will provide it 0.4 meter by 0.4 meter, and clicking at the same point, here you can see my column has been created here. So in this way we have completed the steps of defining materials, defining section properties, and we have drawn our slab, that both the slabs, footing slabs and the column slabs of two types, that the type footing and stiff type. And now in the next part we will see how can we define load patterns, load combinations, and how should we apply the load, and I will tell you about the soil software properties. Till then, bye bye and have a nice time everyone. Thank you. And yes, please do watch the first video where I have shown how can we determine the dimension of our footing. Okay, and please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like the video. Thank you.